Well, with our continuing adventures with our 1984 Gilson Snowblower, we've already done a couple modifications to this unit. They have videos about them. We did rubber on the impeller, rubber paddles on the impeller. The next modification I noticed with this machine is that this auger just did not do a very good job at getting snow in and into the impeller right there. So what we've done is, or what I've done I should say, is I put these little rubber paddles on the auger here, because what happens is snow would build up between and just kind of sit there. You'd have to push the tractor along. So hopefully these little rubber paddles will actually help reduce the pile there and help shovel it into the impeller to get it out of the machine. The other modification I did was, if you had about 2 inches of snow and you were going real fast, snow would escape out the side here. So here in the state of Maine, generally they let us keep our old license plates. So a very ghetto modification I did was essentially just bolt 2 of these to the sides. Hopefully that'll act as a scoop and to keep snow more in the auger. And we got a lot of these around, so if I shove this thing into a snowbank or something, hopefully if they get too banged up, I'll just replace them with another set of plates here. These are expired. These were dead in 1990, so they're pretty old here. In the future, what I'm going to be looking to do as a mod is going to be we're going to put a old Craftsman power drill for our chute machine here. We're going to be able to hopefully flip that baby around just with the push of a button on the handle there, and then we'll have to focus our energies on the engine, because that'll pretty much be the last thing that we can beef up on this machine. Gonna go ahead and do a cold start on this thing. She hasn't run since the last video that you saw, so it's dead cold. So we make sure it's in neutral, the auger is off, pull the choke out, throttle up. It's a pretty nice machine. You don't need starting fluid or any crap like that. She should go in about 2 to 3 pulls. Well, we're back from snow blowing the yard with the Gilson, and unfortunately it didn't fare very well. This is a very heavy snow that's falling. It's very wet, and ultimately when it comes down to it, it's just a little 5 horsepower snowblower. The impeller modification ran great, like it always does. The auger modification didn't work so well. The paddles did a pretty good job shoving snow in the impeller, but it also did a good job kicking snow out of the auger area. So generally kick out a path of snow out the front here. These little side shields, they didn't work so well. Partly because they're pretty flimsy, and what happens is they bend out to the side there. And second of all, I use this machine to cut a lot of walking trails, and I just cannot push it into a 3-foot snowbank with these little shields. So we'll take those off. We'll leave the auger modification on. But if we're going to get any real meat out of this, we're going to have to do something to that motor. And it's just 5 horsepower, isn't going to cut it. Another problem is the impeller hole is just so small, it just can't really throw anything. And I'll get to some videos about our actual snowblower. It's an 8 horsepower snapper. This thing can throw some serious snow. 3 horsepower is very worth it. Bigger auger, a more powerful fan. It does a real good job, and we're going to end up, when this storm stops, we're going to end up using it to clear the driveway. But great for a couple inches of snow, but we got some more work to do. We need some horsepower to this thing. The belts are grabbing nice. It just doesn't have the throwing capability with all this wet stuff.